Okay, guys, we are live. I'm super excited to be on here today. We'll give a minute or so for people to join. We are here live with Storied. I am Heather Honert, an Associate Marketing Manager and Genealogist here at Storied. And I am joined by two of my favorite guy peeps at the company, and we will do introductions with them in a minute. I would love to see in comments where you guys are joining from today. I know we're being live streamed even with Family Search, so that's pretty exciting all over everywhere. So make sure you tell us where you're joining from. I didn't want to rub it in when I saw the background of the guys, but Brandon said it looks like snow in Utah today. It's 70 here in Georgia. Nice weather.
Christmas coming tomorrow, but you can tell the storm's rolling in.
Yeah.
But we need the snow so bad. So
yeah. Well, we are excited. I honestly can't believe, like, in my mind today, I thought to myself, it is like 2 weeks and I'm flying out to Salt Lake. Like, I cannot believe that RootsTech is just right around the corner. So today we're going to talk about Storied Live, your ultimate guide to RootsTech 2026. Again, I am Heather Honert, an Associate Marketing Manager here at Storied, and I would love for the boys to do an introduction of who they are today.
I'll go first. Sure. Hi, I'm Kendall Hewlett. I'm the CEO here at Storied. And yeah, excited to be here. Excited to tell you some of the things that we've got cooking for RootsTech this year.
And I'm Brandon Camp. I'm the Chief Marketing Officer and been here since we started this thing about 5.5 years ago now.
Yeah, time flies.
Yeah, it does. So anyway.
Yeah, well, excited that you guys are joining me today to talk everything RootsTech. So I first want to talk to you guys about what is it that, and I'll start just to kind of break the ice for you. What are you looking forward to for this year's RootsTech? For me, I love that I get to catch up with all my genealogy peeps that I only see maybe once or twice a year. So I'm looking forward to seeing all my friends.
Yeah, for me, my favorite part of it is interacting with customers and potential customers and talking to them about our products and how they can fit into their lives and help them be more successful. And I love hearing their stories and hearing about their discoveries. And it just makes me feel like the things we're building are really adding value and helping people be successful. And I love making things that are helpful for people. So that like really revs my personal engine.
Yeah. And I mean, obviously, I think getting the chance to meet with people and chat and just see what they're doing. It's always fun to see what the other people in the industry are doing as well. So it's a fun time to catch up, and we have friends across the industry. So in addition to seeing the people that are coming, we get to go talk to other folks and see the awesome things that they're doing. I think for me, though, one of the things that's really exciting this year, Heather, is we're going to be talking a lot more about one of the brands we kind of haven't talked about a little bit under our portfolio, which is Newspaper Archive. And so I'm super excited to see that brand get a little bit more recognition, get its chance to shine a little bit, because we spent so much time focused on Storied that I think people have kind of missed some of the other things that we're able to do. And I think, we're going to have some fun classes and sessions that really highlight not only the Storied side of the house, but also the Newspaper Archive side of the house.
Yeah, I'm super excited for that. I love newspapers, are one of my very favorite thing to use for family history research. So I'm excited that we're showcasing Newspaper Archive this year. Super excited. Let's talk about our presence at RootsTech. Storied is a platinum sponsor again this year, and I really want to talk about some of our classes that we are highlighting and talk about ones that they shouldn't miss. And we're going to kind of talk about a couple of different things. So if you haven't registered for RootsTech yet, make sure that you do. And we're going to first talk about, if you are coming to Salt Lake City, what are some of the classes that you don't want to miss that Storied is offering on site. So I'm going to pass this one to Kendall.
Yeah, one of the classes that's been super popular is taught by a colleague of mine, Laren Brown, about AI. And so he talks about your AI toolkit, and these are tools for family history success that are enabled by AI. That's in Ballroom A at 8 a.m. on Thursday. So it's like very beginning of the conference, so don't be late. But it'll also be live streamed. But that class has been very popular. In fact, I think last year they asked him to teach spontaneously a second session of it because there was standing room only and more people wanted to attend. So that's a great one.
Yeah. And he's definitely, I mean, for people that did attend last year, don't be shy to come again this year, because I know Laren has some new tricks up his sleeve that he's going to be sharing in this session. So,
well, AI has evolved so rapidly over the last 12 months that like the entire presentation is new because there's so many new capabilities and tools that you'll want to learn about. So,
yeah. And then for me, you know, we talked about newspaper archive. We're doing a deep dive on obituaries, right? We talk about all of the cool things that you can find in newspapers. And I think one of the most exciting things that you can find in newspapers are these BMDs, right? And obituaries are a huge part of that. And so we have a class that's going to really help you dive into how you can get the most value out of the obituaries that are available in newspaper collections. And so that's going to be in room 355 BC, I think, at 1:30 on Friday,
yes.
The 6th, right? So anyway, that's going to be a good one, and just really highlight the power of newspaper content.
Yeah, for sure. And I'm personally very excited for the next one. I'm going to be doing a session on Saturday at 1:30 in room 150, and it's Create a Family History Book in a Weekend. It is totally possible, and I'm super stoked for this one. As a matter of fact, you guys would be so impressed. Like, I'm working on doing examples of these quick books you can do in a weekend, and I knocked an entire one out last night. I couldn't believe that I did it. So it is possible. You could do it. So super excited to be able to present that one on Saturday.
You know, Heather, Laren is also doing tech and innovation, like in that tech and innovation session, he's presenting about newspaper archive. So we have really worked hard on re-engineering our system and re-OCRing all the content on newspaper archive. And he's going to tell about that process and how much that unlocks for researchers. And so I think that's one that I'm personally pretty excited to see too. That'll be, I think it's on Friday at 9:30 a.m. and it's in one of the big rooms, right?
It is. Yeah, I think it's in Hall E, and that there will be, and that one's just a short little blurb from Laren, I think like 5 to 7 minutes, but it's going to be exciting because there'll be, you know, other people that are, you know, talking about their tech innovations too. So that will be a real fun one. I am super excited about Saturday and the fact that Steve Young is going to be taking the stage. But right before Steve Young takes the stage, Kendall's going to be on the main stage. And I would love for you to give us a little hint at what your presentation is going to be about. Without spoilers, tell us what people can expect.
Well, first of all, I'm excited to open for Steve.
That's how you're doing it.
When I was a kid, in my backyard, I would pretend to be Steve Young, and I'd be throwing a football around. So it's pretty fun for me. Hopefully, I'll get to meet him backstage.
Yeah.
And we'll get a minute where I will try not to embarrass myself. But anyway, so I'm pretty excited about that. But I'm also excited for people to be able to hear the things that I want to talk about, which this year it's really going to be about discovering the story behind a record, right? Or peeling back the onion and getting to that next layer of context that I think opens things up for people and helps them learn more about who their ancestors were and how, you know, kind of the situations they were facing and what that was like for them. And not only through like historical documents and records, but also through newspapers, which, you know, those small town papers have such interesting and rich stories that you would never hear. And I'm going to kind of talk about one of those fun stories about one of my ancestors. So anyway, I'm excited about that. It hopefully showcases the power of stories as per the usual, right? That's kind of our thing, but also how our tools in particular can help you access that and then the rich content you can get from newspapers.
Yeah, the newspapers have the best stories you really can't find anywhere else. I learned so much about ancestors that way, for sure. So let's talk we've kind of talked about sessions that we're going to see at the conference in Salt Lake, but what about people that are attending virtually? What kinds of sessions can they look forward to from Storied?
Yeah, so we have maybe a little bit of an unorthodox session that I'm super excited about, and I thought about making it one of the on-site ones, but I wanted people virtually to be able to participate. So I've been dabbling a little bit with AI and the power that it has in music, and how the stories that we pass down as family members can be captured in song. And there's some very personal aspects of this for me. As I've seen my kids who, when you start to talk family history, they're like, yeah, whatever. But when they hear the song come on about how grandpa was a spy, or how there was a candle in the window that helped an ancestor stay alive in a snowstorm, these songs have become integrated into our family culture. And so just super excited to talk to people about how we can leverage the advances in AI to create songs and music that our families can really enjoy and take advantage of as a part of the family history journey. And that's
Is there a Grammy on the way?
I think it is available on Amazon Music and Spotify.
A candle in the wind, but not
Candle in the window.
Yeah,
Just,
window.
yes.
Sorry.
Well, and I love that you can take. I love that you can take those songs that you create and add them to your stories on Storied. Yeah.
So that's been the real power, Heather. And I think it showcases why Storied is special. You can take these different elements, right? I have an illustration, I have a photo, I have the song, and I have the story all into a single component on the platform. It makes it really powerful. And then when you print it in a book, those songs and those images and those stories are preserved forever. So
That's awesome.
It's cool. That'll be on, I think it's on Thursday, maybe 1:30.
Yes. Yeah.
So anyway, super excited about that. It's just a personal favorite of mine, something I love doing. So I'm excited to share how others can kind of take advantage.
Yeah. And that's a live webinar that will be available. Yeah. Great. Kendall, anything else we have to look forward to?
Yeah, we do have a book blitz, which is really around innovative ways that you can start creating books about your ancestors, right? And so I'm not sure, Heather, who is the one leading that session?
Yeah, it's Heather.
Well, then everyone will enjoy it because you're awesome. But yeah, so what I love is it's just a bunch of quick hitters on how you can do this. Super practical. And so I think that's going to be an awesome session. And that's also on Friday.
Yeah.
So virtual session. So anyone who's watching this can attend.
Yeah, both of those are live. And then we also have, if you are, again, just attending RootsTech virtually and you still have time to register if you haven't yet, if you are just attending virtually, we have a whole host of videos available that's just kind of like a playlist on our virtual booth of all different kinds. We have some AI related things, newspaper related things, book related things, all kinds of things. So people can kind of watch this as they go. And what I like about that is it's people virtually obviously can see them, but then that is at RootsTech on site too, you can see those as well. So lots of things for those to see. Okay, so boys, tell me, if somebody is going to be on site one of the days, where are they going to be able to find the Storied booth?
Yeah, look, we love our spot. We have our spot at RootsTech, and we're going to be in the same place we've been before. So as you come into the hall, you'll see Family Search directly in front of you, and if you look off a little bit to the right, we'll have the Storied booth there. A couple of differences in the booth this year than we've had in the past. So always try to keep it a little bit interesting and fresh. But yeah, I think it's booth, for those that are keeping track with numbers, booth 918. But it'll just be front and center as you walk in. You just look off to the right, and we'll be there.
Yeah, and thinking about different ways that the participants can kind of experience our booth, how's that going to look different this year? Is it going to look different this year?
Yeah, can I take this one too?
Yeah.
Okay. So I mentioned that we're going to have both brands represented. And so we're going to have people staffing the booth that really understand both aspects. They understand the newspaper archive side of our product, and they understand the stories. And so we really put some effort into building additional demo stations so more people can get a hands-on experience, and we can help you find something while you're there at the show. And so we'll have, I think, 8 different demo stations that people can come and engage one-on-one with folks. We'll obviously have a place where you can look at the different Storied books that people have made and get some inspiration, some Storied starter cards to understand how you can start to capture stories and leverage our mobile app. And then the other thing that we're going to do that we did last year is we have customer service on site that can help you. So if you run into any issues or have any challenges, we have our head of customer service that'll be there and help answer any questions you have or any problems that you're running into right there in the booth.
Yeah, that's helpful. I know this is always a big question that people are curious about. Are there going to be any deals available? You don't have to tell us exactly what, but what kinds of things might people look forward to in the booth?
I'm sure we're going to have some deals, but I don't even know what they are yet. So this is
I know what they are. Yeah, look, last year we did a lot around the book product. This year we wanted to make sure that no matter where you are in your family history journey, you can take part in a deal. And so you'll see a deal on virtually everything that we sell. And there will be a coupon code that you can use to go and redeem that deal. And whether you're a researcher or whether you're super into newspapers or you're like, book building is my thing, like I'm all about the books, we want to make sure that everyone could take advantage and we can meet them where they are. So we'll have that. And then we will be participating in the Green Light Special. I know that there's a night, maybe Thursday night, where you can stay late and they have some special deals there. We will have Storied starter cards and some hard goods that will be discounted during that part of the show as well. We also wanted to make sure, though, I know a lot of times people that are participating virtually maybe get a tiered down deal. And we didn't want to do that this year. We understand that there are people that are making a sacrifice to come to the show. We want to make sure they get a sweet deal, and I think we have that. But we're going to extend the same deal that we have, at least on the digital products and on the Storied book purchases, to anyone that's participating virtually or in person. So look for that, and I think it'll be an exciting time.
And I will say it's not too late to register for RootsTech. So if you haven't registered yet, you should get in there and get going, because I think we're not the only ones who'll be offering amazing deals. Right. And so you want to be able to participate. You can learn a lot from all these classes, but in addition, like, take advantage of some of the deals available.
Well, and there's also, maybe you're not like super hardcore into all of the sessions or whatever. Family Day on Saturday is a great way to come and participate in a more casual way. I think you can go participate in some of the main things, or you can come tour the expo hall. I know that that's a fun day, and we have some fun things planned for Family Day as well. So
yeah, great. Well, I'm super excited. I can't wait for 2 weeks to get here so I can see you guys and see everybody at RootsTech. I know how busy you both are, so I want to say thank you for joining me today and helping me out.
Yeah.
And the audience, we're so glad that you had time to join us today and learn all about what Storied has to offer at RootsTech 2026. Make sure you register if you haven't yet, and make sure to visit us in person if you're going to be in Salt Lake City, or the virtual booth if not. Thank you so much for your time today, everybody, and we'll look forward to seeing you in a couple weeks.
Bye, guys.